Oh shoot, here's the reveal! Oh crap, I don't want to talk too much, but that was intense. Nice cinematics.
Warriors, saboteurs,
Oh man.
their lives turned upside down.
Swords.
By the right. Each one with an axe to grind. And when we turn them loose, you better believe.
I like the cinematics. I want to see actual gameplay though. Oh shit. This looks like a better World War II. Holy crap.
Got it.
Yeah, this definitely looks like if World War II and Modern Warfare had a baby. This is it.
On your rear.
I think I mainly want to see the FOV slider though. Yeah, this might be the most action-packed Call of Duty ever.
I can't see the enemy.
Oh, the stim! "20 maps. That's insane. Oof. You probably can't do that in real game, but that'd be awesome. That fire juggernaut is OP. Yes! I could not wait. That trailer was perfect. Literally perfect. I'm actually really excited for this. It's gonna be awesome.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Don't worry, I'm gonna hook some of you guys that watch this up with some beta codes. I'm gonna have plenty.
Double kill. Bloodthirsty. Double kill.
Alright, so I actually wanted to take the time to talk about Vanguard, my personal thoughts on the time to kill, the breakable areas, how the mechanics work, and my personal experience. Now, first of all, I think the main thing that everyone wants to talk about is skill-based matchmaking. Now, skill-based matchmaking is one of the biggest quote-unquote issues in Call of Duty, and I say quote unquote because some people like it and others don't. I personally am not a big fan of skill-based matchmaking. I've been a fan of the connection-based matchmaking, you know, just for the best possible connection when playing the game. I think that skill-based matchmaking is honestly detrimental, and I think it takes away from the performance. But at the same time, I understand why it's implemented, because if you're a new player, you really shouldn't have to, your first few games, go through getting smacked by like a master prestige or like a pro player or anything like that. But in Black Ops 2 and previous Call of Duties, they did something called boot camp. With boot camp, you leveled up all the way to, I believe, level 10 or 15 just to get a general idea of how the game worked. And then you got right into the game. Now, I wish there was something like that for Vanguard. That way that skill-based matchmaking didn't have to be too heavy. But because it's on the Modern Warfare engine, I most likely see it going in the direction of heavy skill-based matchmaking, which is probably going to make people either play slower or play in full parties. I think the time to kill is great. I see nothing wrong with the time to kill. As you guys saw in the beginning of this clip, I was able to get a whole quad feed. So I think that SMGs are going to be viable. I think that PC Vanguard is going to be way more dominant than console Vanguard if there's no FOV slider. I think that a lot of people are now spoiled on the FOV slider, myself included. This was actually the first year that I played with the FOV slider when I'm talking about Cold War, and it's different, man. It's so different. And to go back to the regular 80 FOV or even lower than that, it's not going to be comfortable to some people. So my suggestion is, if they haven't already, if it's possible, add the FOV sliders for console. FOV slider for console is going to really help a lot of people. Now, if it actually holds the console back, like if it makes performance much worse, then obviously you shouldn't do that. But if it doesn't, especially for PS5 and the Xbox Series X, Series S, etc., then I believe that the FOV slider, at least for next gen console, will be optimal. Now, the next thing I want to say is this does not play slow. This game can play very, very fast, especially with being on the Modern Warfare engine, and that makes me very happy. The one thing I don't like is these incendiary rounds. These incendiary rounds are very weird, and I hope that they don't carry over to multiplayer the way that they are in Champion Hill. I think that Champion Hill kind of has it in a weird space. And then something else I noticed is these wall bangs. Now you guys see the wall bangs. You can literally see the enemies' names through walls, and I think that's kind of a big flaw, to the point where it's going to get to the point where you're going to find maps, you're going to position yourself with the AR, and you're not going to move. And I think that's going to incentivize camping more. And I don't think this game needs camping. I think this can be a very fast-paced and entertaining Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, but it can also be a very campy SBMM dominant game like Modern Warfare. It can be the best of both worlds. We can get a balance. I don't mind playing tryhards every now and then, sweating a bit, but I think that everybody can agree that we don't want to sweat every single game. And when I started to notice, the more and more I actually played the alpha, the SBMM got harder, and obviously I had to actually change my playstyle. And if I have to change my playstyle, I think that's okay. You know, there's no issue with having to adjust to your enemy. Because, you know, not all enemies are just going to be easy to beat by rushing at them. Sometimes you have to slow down a little bit. And I think in this clip, I actually adjusted to my enemy's playstyle, saw where they were, and actually picked them off. But, you know, that's just adjusting, and I get the kill right there. And the round ends. I think with every single Call of Duty, there's an adjustment period. And then you figure out how to, you know, really play it. And then you'll look back at your old gameplays like, wow, why was I playing it like this? I think right now everybody's learning how to play this new Call of Duty. And it's not even the full multiplayer yet. The full multiplayer isn't out yet. And I think when it really is, or maybe even just the beta, we'll get a better understanding. But I think SMGs can be pretty dominant. I hope that the field upgrade, I hope that the upgrades are just in Champion Hill. I hope that with our creator class, we actually don't have the chance to upgrade it to the incendiary rounds or anything like that, because I think that would break multiplayer. Like, literally, I'm begging Sledgehammer not to add incendiary rounds. At least don't make them that overpowered in multiplayer, because I think that's going to cause people to quit pretty early. I know everyone needs a chance to actually get kills for you guys to continue, you know, marketing this game and make it enjoyable. But we have to, you know, make sure that it's not extremely BS. You know, in every Call of Duty there's a bit of BS. That's fine. But incendiary rounds that are basically explosive bullets, like you guys are seeing in this gameplay, it's kind of ridiculous. People don't stand a chance, and that's not what I want to really experience for the remainder of 2021 going into 2022. That's gonna frustrate a lot of people and make the game die out pretty fast. Everything else is pretty cool. Like, honestly, I love this game so far. I think it's very entertaining. I think it's going to be very entertaining. I'm going to be streaming it every single day. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. But we have to definitely handle the names being seen through the walls. We need to potentially tone down the SBMM just a little bit. Like, people are frustrated. The sad thing is, though, is we are the minority. The people that are actually frustrated with the SBMM are most likely the minority, because us, the people that make the videos, the ones that watch the videos, apparently we're only like 10% or not even 10% of the entire player base. And wow, that's really, really deep when you take that into perspective. The fact that we are such a small percentage of the entire picture, but the good thing is we still play a very, very big part. The fact that they still pay attention to us and hear us out. Like, Sledgehammer actually made a tweet talking about how they're making fixes early on, especially with the alpha. So if they're making fixes that early with the alpha, then imagine how the full game is going to be. Now, as long as they keep that up, I think that'll be awesome. I honestly hope that this game is awesome because it was really fun playing it. I can see myself playing it for a long time, but seriously, like, console needs FOV slider. Like, can we get a like for console FOV slider? I honestly see myself using high alert when this game actually drops. Hopefully there's like a perk grid or something like that. I'm probably going to use like a high alert scavenger and something else type option. I think that'll actually be pretty elite. Just because, like, guys, high alert is so useful. I use it in Warzone, and trust me when I say, like, you're able to turn on people so easily. And I think this is going to be one of those games where high alert is going to play a big role. And imagine specialist bonus. If there was a specialist bonus in Vanguard, this would be insane. Like, I would just love to run and gun with specialist bonus in this game. I think it would be a great time. Now, another thing I want to point out is I don't know how streaks work, but I'm hoping that streaks stack. If they don't stack, I hope they're not like the previous World War II where after you got like one UAV, that was it. Like, I think that would sit very, very poorly with me, getting one UAV my entire life and then having to rely on my teammates to give me another UAV if I'm on a nuke streak. Like, no, that would actually really make me upset. Oh, last thing. The V2 rocket. They actually added the V2 rocket in Vanguard, and I think that's so freaking awesome. I'm glad they didn't get rid of it. Like, the V2 rocket was really fun to go for in World War II, and I'm glad they brought it back in Vanguard. So that's about it. As long as they make it all gun kills, I think the one error they made with Cold War was they made streaks possible to get other streaks. So the War Machine and hand cannon, you were able to actually get a nuke with that still instead of all gun kills. So I think in Vanguard, if they made it all gun kills, that would be the move. But aside from that, everything else has been perfect. So I'm going to show you guys this last bit of gameplay where we clutch up the round, and let's see how many kills I got.
You got 10 seconds. You're just bagged around. Nice work, soldier.
You won.
Victory is yours.
Yeah, if we would have had you for the first 3 rounds, we definitely. We probably would have had like 10 lives.